it's only me, Claire Baker, former clutterholic, here with my weekly vlog about my own clutter clearing journey, which is my weight loss journey. Sitting here in my garden, it is splitting slightly with rain, but I am determined to make the most of the fact that it's not freezing cold. Pond behind me, we have got frogs. We've got a lot of frogs appearing in the pond already, ready to mate, which is fantastic. Have got a slight pond crisis in that the pump has stopped working, but my husband is going to sort that out at the weekend apparently. But very exciting. The cats, incidentally, seem to think that it's fishing time. We've had one frog in the house this morning, and my husband called up to me when I was in the shower and said, "Claire, can you come down? There's a frog that's been brought in." I am the official frog remover. So it's going to be interesting. I think it's Gatsby who particularly likes the frogs. So yes, it's that time of year, isn't it? Anyway, how's the last week been? I have lost £1.25, which may not sound a lot, and it's not a huge amount, but this is the week of my month where I would normally either stay the same or put on. So what this tells me, the feedback that I get from this, is that having changed my numbers and shifted the way that I am eating has made a difference, because I have still lost weight even in a week when I would normally not lose weight. So that's good. And I know that next week it will kind of make up for the fact that this week not a lot happened. So that's really good. I have really noticed a change in the way that I'm eating. Like this morning, normally on a Tuesday I would have cooked breakfast, sausage, bacon and egg, and instead this morning I had kippers. Oh, love kippers. So again, a shift in what I'm actually eating. It's, yeah, because I'm actually, one of the things I've realised, was, if you like, one of the feedback is that it's actually easier if I don't eat breakfast or lunch, because that seems to start. If I start the day eating, I then continue wanting to eat or grazing. So that's something I need to kind of look at. Now, I've got counselling again today with Marisa, so I am going to ask her about that, because I don't want to spend the rest of my life not having breakfast, not having lunch, for fear that it's going to start me eating for the day. So yeah, maybe that's kind of my next nugget that I need to explore and understand a bit. I have also had some realisations this week. It's been quite a week really for my brain, not figuring things out, but becoming aware of things. I do seem to have a tendency to feel a bit guilty if I enjoy myself, and if I enjoy myself non-work related, which is interesting. And I don't know, again, that may be connected to my relationship with my parents. My dad was always working. My mum, from my perspective, and again, I'm not saying that this is what was going on for her, but I never got the impression that she really enjoyed herself a lot, that she felt guilty if she enjoyed herself, sort of unconditionally. Like I say, this is purely from my perspective, looking at her. So I don't know if that's an interesting thing. I almost feel guilty for enjoying myself and almost for succeeding, which is a strange feeling. I do feel as well as if my eating in the past has been almost a form of self-harm, because I didn't have that emotional connection with my parents, that actually the food was a way of almost expressing myself, hoping that they would notice. Interestingly, looking back, one of my only memories of my parents commenting about my size was when I lived in London, was in my flat, and my dad commented that I was wearing leggings and a baggy top, which was kind of the thing in the 90s, and my dad commented that I looked fat in that combination, and it's the only recollection I have of a reference to my weight and size. And yeah, but there was no sort of, you know, maybe you need to sort of deal with this, and actually Claire, a bit concerned because you got quite big. It was actually in reference to how I looked in my clothes. So again, wondering if there's an element of kind of self-harm that was with my excessive eating. My swimming, yes, I'm now going to the gym 5 days a week. Who thought that would happen a year ago? If you told me that a year ago, I'd have laughed at you. So Monday, Wednesday, Friday are workouts in the gym, on the machines and things. And Tuesday and Thursday are now swimming. I'm in training for the swimathon. There is a link below this video if you would like to sponsor me. All sponsorships very welcome. And last week I did 60 lengths on Tuesday and Thursday, and this week I'm doing 70 lengths. So going tonight. We will also be cycling to the gym. So we're cycling at least 3 times a week to the gym, which is half an hour there and about 20 minutes back because it's more downhill. And again, I hope that over time that cycling will get quicker. That, you know, I know my husband could do it in 15 minutes. I'm the slow coach, but again, it doesn't matter. I'm starting, aren't I? I'm doing it, and I will get better the more I do it. So that's been good. Oh yes, my wedding ring. My wedding ring is noticeably, I can actually get it off. Now, I haven't been able to get my wedding ring off since the day I got married because it was snug then. So that tells me that I am slimmer than the day that we got married. Yes, and also, I know this seems blimmin' obvious because but it's the same thing with our physical clutter in our home. Losing weight has required me to let go of the weight and to let go of the connection, the emotional connection that I have had to the food. And I don't think we should underestimate the significance of that, both with weight and with physical clutter. Lots of people say that they need my help with their physical clutter in their home, but they're not actually ready, willing or able to let go of their things. And of course, we're not actually clearing any clutter unless we let go of it. And that can be because it's actually part of their identity. It can be because they believe that they should keep things, either because of their own expectations or other people's. They tell themselves that they will use these things. And it's kind of the same with our weight clutter. We can tell ourselves, you know, oh, but this is who I am. You know, I don't want to lose who I am. I don't want to lose my identity. I am the jolly person, and being larger is part of my personality. There's a lot of stuff in the press about where there are people who say, you know, I'm fat and I'm quite happy being fat and overweight. And I've always questioned that personally. Yes, we tell ourselves that we're okay with our weight and everything, but for me, everybody's different, but for me, my weight was a physical representation of other stuff that was going on. The clutterholics that I have worked with over the last 16 years, their physical clutter has been a physical representation of other clutter that has been going on up here. So the realization that actually to get where I am now has required me to let go of a lot of anger, a lot of frustration, a lot of failure from the past, and an acceptance of where I am now and where I want to go with my life. And that is very much the same with our physical clutter in our home. And it's not an easy thing to do when you have spent so much of your life either overweight or with clutter. letting go of that and saying, you know what, I can't take that into my future. I don't want to take that into my future. That's the bit that people struggle with. A lot of people with physical clutter in their home will tell themselves, but I do want to take these things into my future. I am going to use these things in my future. They are part of my future. I bought these things because I wanted them to be part of my future. Letting go of that is really, really hard. And letting go of fat Claire, I think that's been my challenge over Christmas. I think that's why I plateaued. I don't think it was because of well, it was partly because of what I was eating. I was still eating too much. Again, basic principle, conveyor belt. If we eat more than we burn, we will put on weight. And I wasn't losing weight really over Christmas. And that was partly because I was eating too much, because my numbers were wrong. But again, it's been part of my acceptance over these last couple of weeks to actually say, you know what, I need to change the way I am eating. I am on my journey, and I was never going to start my journey and just continue like that and then it would all be done. It evolves over the course of the journey, and that's exactly the same with our physical clutter in our home. We are on a journey. The more clutter we clear, the clearer we become. Just like the more weight I have lost, the clearer I have become about what I need to do, where I want to go. And this letting go element was kind of brought home to me this week, because this morning I have let go of my favourite pair of pyjamas. I know, it's ridiculous, but I bought this pair of pyjamas last summer, and they were it was a size 18 bottoms and size 16 top. And I was like, whoa, I'm in a size 18 and a size 16 top. This is amazing. They were slightly snug. And I have finally admitted this morning to myself, you know what? They are too big. They have to go. I have to let them go. And it feels like I'm letting go of a bit of a chapter because they were bought since I started my weight loss journey. So it's a little sad, but at the same time, it's a really good thing, because it's kind of like, oh, I can go out and buy another pair of pyjamas, which will be a size 16 bottom, 14 top. And there will hopefully come a time where those will be too big. So it's kind of that feel the fear and do it anyway. Letting go is essential if we are going to lose our weight clutter, and if we are going to lose or let go of our physical clutter in our homes and create more space. You can't have more space without letting go. So although I've obviously been aware that my weight loss journey has been about letting go of a lot of things, it was kind of brought home this week with that physical representation of it, if you like, which were my pyjamas. Yes, I know, I'm crazy, but you know, hey, I'm sharing. And to those of you who are on a weight loss journey or have been on a weight loss journey, I hope that you kind of get where I'm coming from. Anyway, that's my kind of weekly update. So that's a lot of feedback and learning from this week, thinking about the 5 success factors. The second one, I've been doing. I've been going to the gym. I went to the gym every day last week. Really actually enjoyed it. Going tonight, do my 70 lengths. The method is working. Changed my numbers, tweaked what I'm eating, and that has enabled me to lose weight even in a week where my pattern has been that I would not lose weight. Time, still got plenty of time. This will take as long as it takes. And gosh, I've forgotten what the 5th one is. Support, yes, support. Back to my counselling today, and also TRE is happening again this week, which will be good. And if you like, my reward is going to be, I'm going to try and book in for a haircut today. So you may see a slightly different looking me next week. And again, that's actually part of my change and part of my acceptance of change. Is having a different look. So yes, lots of positives from this week. Do share how you are getting on in the comment box below. Have a good week, and I shall see you same time, same place next week. Thanks for watching. Take care. Bye bye.